Hey guys, in this tutorial we see like how to create a sprite sheet generator, or how we can create like a program script that will create for us a sprite sheet starting from a series of starting from an image sequences. Okay, so I'll be using the script language from 3dsmax this time, and I remember like a few years ago when I saw like an interview of a guy who was working for Ubisoft, and he was talking about how he used like the texture composite from 3dsmax to create like a character sheet, and this was the video. Hold on, let me find it. Yes. So it's this video. He was talking about how he was able to use the composite texture to create this hold on, this character sheet, and but he did it manually, though he is like a great script developer. But for this, he did it manually because he didn't have a lot of images to put together, just few images, that's all. Even me, if I had to do it, I'll be doing it, though I master the script language from 3dsmax, I will have done it manually. Okay. But I truly encourage you to watch all his videos that are located into this website from Autodesk, the area autodesk.com, and you'll find all this video showing his work on the video game Assassin's Creed. Anyhow, so let's start. So this is 3dsmax. To access the script editor, you need to go to utility in here, utilities, Max script, and you should open the listener at first, and then create like a new script. Okay, and that's all. Make sure that you have macro recorder active. You need to check this. So anything you will be doing in 3dsmax, like even selecting an object, it will show up as a script code in the Max listener. Okay, it can help you, to understand each like how to create like a texture map, for example, using the script or something like that, or how to add a modifier to an object using the script, or how to modify a modifier, the setting of a modifier using the script. It can help a lot to understand how the script works. So let's start. So our script at first need to access like the place where my sequences are located. I'll be working with a sequence, yeah, this one. Nope. Rendering maybe, yes. So I have this sequence of a character running, and I'm gonna make it a sprite sheet like this one. Okay, for this, let's start by placing my character. I will redo the rendering thing. So what I need to do, I need just to place my character like that, and I'm gonna choose the resolution like 256. I'm gonna make it a square, 256 by 256, like that. I'm gonna do like a Control C to create a camera, like that, and right click on the camera and check show save frame, so to know like exactly my the limit of my my rendering limits. Okay. Okay. And try to place the camera like that using this tool, the orbit camera. Anyhow, so when I press play, so I have this character running. Okay, I think I should maybe pan a little bit my camera like that, so I have everything in the frame like that, inside the frame. Okay, and then let's do the rendering. So my sequence goes from 0 to 26, so I'll be having like around 27 frame since it starts from 0, it finishes in 26. So I have 27 frame. So how I'm thinking like what resolution I'll be choosing for my sprite sheet, the final resolution. Unity works better if you choose like one of these resolution as a sprite sheet. So I'm thinking to use like a rectangle like this one. This rectangle, if I have like 27 frame, and each one like it's a square 256 by 256. Let's see. So I think my best resolution is like for a sprite sheet is a 2048 pixels by 1024 pixels. So these are my 27 or 26 in here I have. Okay, I will add another one, no problem. So I should have like an extra one here. So problem fixed now. So now we have like 27 images. It's a sequence that shows my character running. So, and I will be placing them as so. Okay, so my best resolution I think for this, like it's 248 and by 1024, and in here I will have nothing. It's okay. Anyhow, so let's go back to my script and my 3dsmax, and I will just render my files. So let me look for the place where, okay, so I will render it in here and choose this. I will redo the rendering anyhow. I'll use the same name again. Save PNG because I need the transparency, of course. I'll be saving it as PNG file because I need to make it transparent. Make sure you have this setting, and this one check alpha channel, and save. And let's do the render. Yes. So now it's rendering. So it's rendered. So let's start by creating our script. So for that I need to make sure I have my window, Max Listener window open to check if I have errors or no. And let's start. Since we need to know the place where my files are located, and of course even like the name of the file, like this name, character. So as you can see, like they have all these files. I'm gonna delete this. All these files have in common this name and the first 30, but what's changed is like the last number. So this one is 0 and this one 1, 2, 3, 4, and when we reach 9, the frame that comes after is 10. So we will have no more like 30 but just 20. We need to remember all this because we need to include it in our script. Okay, so to start I'm gonna just copy this path and I'm gonna assign it with the name of the file, and I'm gonna assign them to a variable. Okay, so I'll name it like file name equal to double quotes, and I'll paste the path, and then I'll add like the name of the character, the name of the file. Sorry, copy. Since I said like I'll just need this part of the file because it's the common part to all of them. And as I said, like I need to remember that I need to take out 10 once we reach like the file number 10 or number 11, since we start from 0. So once we reach this file, we need to take out like the third 0, this one. Okay. Control V. So we need this. Okay, we need that. Okay. So since we are going to use like the composite texture map, we need to understand how it works. So let's try to do like whatever we are going to do with the script, but let's do it manually, like for 3 images. So follow me. I'll double click on this slot, and then I'm gonna change it to Usually, like by default, you'll find yourself in here. Once you click on this get material option, you need to go down and look for composite. This one, double click on it, and then you have like your composite. It's a texture map. It's not like a material, so you cannot apply it directly to an object. You need to place it into a material and then apply it to an object, but we don't need to do that, so just keep it like a just alone like that. Composite is like you can have like multi-layer in it. Like for now we have just one layer, so I'm gonna click on this one, add 2 more layers, and then the first one I'm gonna click in here and make it a bitmap and look for where I saved my files, and it's in here, import, rendering. So I'll choose like the first one. I'm gonna open it, so it's there, and then open the second one, bitmap, and I'll choose the second one, okay, and the third one, bitmap, and this one, okay. And of course we need to follow this way of how we are going to organize our sequence. So the first one need to be placed in here, and the second one, as we can see, we'll be having like columns and rows of images. So we'll have like, since my I did like a 256 by 256 rendering, so I will have like 4 rows, since each one of them has a 256 height. So when we multiply them by 4, we will have like 1024, and we will have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 column. Okay, so we'll have like 4 rows and 8 column. We need to remember that. Let's go back to our 3dsmax, the first one. So let's get in the bitmap parameters, and in here I'm gonna need to this defines like the rows and column. Okay, the first one will define the number of column, and the second one the number of rows. Okay, so if I need to have 4 rows, that means I need to divide this number, this one, the second one, by 4. Like 1 divided by 4, it's equal to 0.25, like that. And of course I need to uncheck, and everything that I will be doing manually, I need to remember it because I need to include it into my script. Okay, and I need to uncheck this, the tiling thing, so my texture won't repeat like that. So, and we need to divide the number of column by 8. 1 divided by 8 is equal to 0.142. So we have our character in here, and we need, so the place is the right place, so I'm not going to change these 2 parameters. Okay, I'll be changing them for the second one maybe. So for this I will be doing the same. So this one will be like 0.142 by 0, and we need to remember also that for all our images, they will have the same number of columns and the same number of rows and the same and we need to uncheck for the tiling for all of them. So we need to remember that too, that we'll be doing the same for all those images. The only differences will be in here where we are going to place them. For now my second image is placed in the same place like the first one, and it's not good. I need to change its position to an upper position, like in here. So this can be treated as the step, or I'm sorry, this one can be treated as a step, like and I will be changing the height to this one to 0.25, and it's there. Okay, and for the second one it will be like 0.25 plus 0.25, and it's an incrementation that we need to remember. That means that we will have like a loop that will increment. Like once we reach this one, we need to go back to this 0 value in here and increment the number of column. Okay, we need to remember that too. So we'll have like two variables or two loops that will be incrementing. Okay, and let's go to this one, and the same 0. So this one, this value is like 1 divided by 8. Since we have like 8 column, that means we need to divide this value 1 by 8. If we needed 16 column, we'll be dividing it by 16. If we needed like 32 column, we'll see later that we'll need that. We will be doing it for a larger sequence, okay, of images. And the same for this one, 0.25, since we need only 4 rows, and we need to uncheck as well the tiling. And for this one, it will take the value of 0.25 plus another 0.25. That means 0.5. So I guess we already have like an idea how it's going to is it going to work for our script. So we need to have like a variable that will hold the number of column and another one for the number of rows. We can name them like rows num. For now we know that we have 4, and the column number, I mean 8. And we need also to declare 2 variables that will be incrementing, you know, those 2 variables that will be like incrementing the value of the height and the value of the width. I mean, how are we going to change from a column from one to another? Okay, also we need to have like 2 variables that will be defining like the incrementation that we'll be doing as we did it like manually, like the incrementation of this value and the incrementation of this value. This one will be placing our images on the vertical side of my sprite sheet, like changing from a row to another, and the other one, which is this one, will be incrementing our images from a column to another, like so. Okay, so we need to declare those 2 variables. So the first one will be like inc vert. You'll see later how we are going to use them. And inc height. Also it will be starting from 0. Okay, let's now how are we going to access, you know, this texture from this material editor. The command for that is medit material is, and because it's an array that will be containing all these slots. Okay, so the first one in the arrays in the script language in the 3dsmax start from 1, not 0, like C# or C++. So they start from 1. Since this one is an array, this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one is 6, and then we go back in here 7, 8, anyhow, and so on and so forth. So since we are using the first one, so it's like 1. If we press Shift Enter in front of this line, we will be executing only this line. So Shift Enter, and you'll see like it says, let's clear all this like that. Let's do again Shift Enter in front of this line. So we'll have like, it says like it's a composite, and it's hold on, the same thing. It's map 42, the name map 42, and it's a type composite. Okay, and to access then all these layers, we have to add like the dot and then map list, it's an array as well. It's an array of layers, and the first one is 1. As I said, like arrays start from 1 in the script language 3dsmax script. So like so, shift enter in front of that line, and yeah, it's a bitmap. If you add to it like name, it will give us like the name of that bitmap texture. So it's map 42, map 43. Yes. Okay, let's change it. Runner, for example, just to see like how it's going to change in here. Shift enter and runner. So as you can see, it will give us this name, just to show you how it works. Anyhow, let's close this window.